Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to be talking on why electric vehicles and combustion vehicles and why they're different and why combustion vehicles are the smarter option. So electric vehicles are getting more and more popular. They're becoming the smarter choice. Um, and a lot of people are debating what's better, electric vehicles, gas, diesel, and I want to kind of break down the facts and what makes um, combustion vehicles or electric vehicles better for you. So, kind of what qualifies me to be asking this is I'm a current diesel technician. I've been hearing this argument all the time. It's kind of around where I work. But it's really important to the future of the automotive industry. Um, and I'm going to explain why combustion vehicles are a smarter choice. Okay, kind of going over some of the history. So the first engine was invented in 1876, and then electric cars actually shortly appeared after. Now, they um, electric cars didn't really gain traction in popularity, but combustion vehicles did, and so because of that, there's more of a deep infrastructure behind combustion vehicles and supporting factors like shops, parts, advanced technology. So the typical combustion engine is a four-stroke motor. So what that means is has four strokes of the piston. So the piston comes up. The piston comes down. The intake valve is open. That brings in air and fuel. The piston comes up. Both valves are closed, and it compresses the fuel air mixture, atomizing it. With gas engines, there will be a spark at the very top dead center. Diesels, they run straight off compression. But that spark ignites the fuel and air mixture, and that shoots the piston down with both those valves still closed, creating that power. It's called the power stroke. That's what gives the ability to the car to be able to move. And then finally, it comes back up. It's called the exhaust stroke. The exhaust valve opens up, and it releases all the reactants from the combustion. Okay, now electric vehicles, they work totally differently. If you're familiar with an alternator, they work a lot like that. So what it does is the battery set uses electromagnets. The battery charges those electromagnets, causing the motor to actually spin. It follows those magnets over and over and over, and that's what gives you power in an electric vehicle. So a lot more simpler, but I'll kind of go back into it and why sometimes the simplest way is not the best way. Okay, so environmental realities is people think that EVs are cleaner. They don't create any greenhouse gases. But when you go look, I did some research, and there's the Thacker project over in Nevada. Sorry, and it's what it is it's this giant lithium mine. And let me find that statistic. So it consumes 500 liters of water plus, and that's not even 500,000 liters of water, and that's not even counting the contamination to the surrounding area. And 500,000 liters of water, and that's only to produce 1 ton of lithium. So it creates quite a bit of damage into the environment in that way. Now, combustion vehicles, they're known. You're releasing all that exhaust into the atmosphere. But technology and chemists, we basically have gotten that down almost to zero. Like it's regulated highly on semi trucks. They have a bunch of components that work on the exhaust system to stop the release of bad chemicals into the atmosphere. Now I'm going to talk about performance. Okay, now electric vehicles are known to have instant torque because that's instantly happening. You're instantly spinning that motor, while combustion vehicles, some of that power is lost through friction, through heat, just a bunch of factors going into that. Now, combustion vehicles, they have a lot more components. They have the cooling system, they have the drivetrain, they have fuel. All these systems you can customize, you can upgrade, and that will increase the performance of your vehicle. Now, there are also towing. Combustion vehicles are way better at towing, specifically diesel. Now, when comparing, like a well-known electric vehicle, like you could go for the Cybertruck, for instance. You can take the Ram 2500, which isn't even the biggest diesel truck that Ram makes. That it can tow 4,000 pounds more than Cybertruck, and you may think that's not a huge difference, but when it comes down to it, it is pretty massive difference. Another thing that kind of makes combustion vehicles a little bit better are safety. Combustion vehicles, you can hear them coming down the road, while electric vehicles, they basically make no noise. It's kind of a hum, and that could be dangerous for kids walking down, playing in the street, not recognizing that there's danger in the area. Okay, so a big thing with combustion and electric vehicles is the range. So now, if you're more of a traveler, you're going to want to go with a combustion vehicle. Now, that is because they can usually get, depending on what kind of car you have, it's usually around 400 miles per gallon. Now, the difference between electric car, they can usually they only usually get about 200, 300. So it's a little bit of a difference, but the difference in charging or refueling takes 2 minutes, while charging a electric vehicle to its max, it takes several hours. With combustion vehicles, you're replacing minor things here and there along the way because it's more spread out. Well, if something goes bad on an electric vehicle, it's going to cost tens of thousands. So I found the average cost for a yearly for a combustion vehicle is about $1,000, while electric vehicles are nearly $1,800 to maintain. So I want to conclude. Now, combustion vehicles, they have a longer range, they have more capability in towing and performance. They are safer in neighborhoods. But electric cars, they do have a minimized cost in refueling. They do have more torque. But I feel like the benefits of a combustion vehicle outweigh the benefits of an electric vehicle. And that is why, if you're planning on buying a car, a combustion vehicle is the right choice